want to cover this, and I want to go over this real quick. I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit, but I legitimately want to explain what me and Will are looking to do in our own little way. We each have a different approach, but the approach is the same down when it comes down to it. So I want to actually legitimately explain, because I'd like to have Travis on. I'd like to talk to him first. He's welcome to. At this point, I have nothing but respect. I have respect for Travis. I have respect for everybody, but I think the discussions have to be made and they have to be said. And somebody has to step up and say, hey, some of the stuff that you're talking about and you're saying is extremely dangerous to you and others. And I don't know that you realize that. And I want to give an example right here. So let me do this real quick. Let me click this and let me hit play here.
That's where you learn grace. Couples have been together a long time. I mean, either they got a fantastically, amazingly marriage that has no strife whatsoever, which,
all right,
I mean, there may be a couple.
Let me get here.
And their energy could be sent in so many better ways. I don't understand some of it. You know, I've got some stuff in my mind that I want to go do. The negativity is just awful. It makes you sick.
Yeah.
Basically says that some of the energy, some of the people that are on the show, and he's probably talking about me and Will, are great researchers. And I believe we are, and I want to thank you for that. But that research that we're pulling and that we're bringing to the table, you can be the great researcher all that you want, right? But if the people are in a brainwash atmosphere, that mental state that they can't even hear it, then you need to be able to come some other direction at them to say, hey, listen up. And I've showed a couple videos. I've done a couple things that I'm showing you. Think tanks are now putting things together. Legitimate people are now calling things off and saying things. There is a progression that we are seeing to things that need to be told to you, and nobody still wants to admit that. And when somebody wants to come forward and have that discussion and have that debate and say, come on my show and explain to me that the things that you are saying are true, because if this is what we're looking for, they have to be legitimately backed up. They can't be true to you. They have to be true to all of us. And there has to be some type of, now there's a different, in my opinion, blah, blah, blah is going to happen because, and here's what my reasoning for that opinion. We're not even, we're past that point. We're now, it's like, this is happening because why? I don't know. And let it go.
I mean, Travis, we've been hanging out in chat rooms, and there's been things we've been through where it's been like, oh, this is aggravating, or oh, this, that, whatever. You know, with any of these people in the room, Mike and I have had discussions, but I don't think we ever felt like it was irreparable, you know, and people go to that point where, you know, it's like, okay.
Okay, just so you know, what it will get to the point of irreparable when somebody dies. When something happens and this gets to a breaking point and people start to break, we're past, right now, we are reaching the point of irreparable. We are reaching that point. It is coming very close to that. Don't believe me? Ask some of the people from Jan 6 that are still in prison.
Hey, you're going to cross over to the dark side, and now you're going to be an enemy, and now you're cool. No, you're not. It's sad. It's sad because, you know, we want to make things happen. We only wanted to have it clean and cleaned up because we want to make things happen. Be effective. We don't want to waste our time talking about shit that was said 6 freaking months ago. Who cares? We're losing our country, people. Like, it's like,
yeah, they don't get that, though, Gene. I mean, these people who, I mean, there are some YouTube channels.
I'm not sure who this is, but if this person wants to come on the show, I would gladly like to speak with her also.
I wouldn't even bother to even get this far, much less chat in the type section. I mean, yeah. There are bunches of us that have made a family out of this, and if nobody can figure that out, because I can tell you, I've been popped off of one chat because of the fact that number one, I'm a truther. I've been up to my backside in this for way too long.
Define truther. Define truther, please. Because maybe we have a miscommunication, and maybe I don't understand your definition of the word. Define that for me, please.
Long, it was pretty much a pain in the neck. And I have a circle of friends that are still on there, and every once in a while they'll ask me a question so they can copy and paste the answer.
Oh my gosh. You had 5,000 subs in your streams? You had 5,000 subscribers?
I used to on my Facebook pages when we first started organizing Patriots in Florida.
Right on. That's cool.
And of course, Facebook, every time I would get up to 5,500 or so, they tank me and I have to start all over.
They suck. They suck.
But I still have guys now. What do we do, Kath? What do we do? What do you want me to do? And this is, what were our orders on January 6th?
What were our orders on January 6th? What were our orders? Now understand, words matter. What were our orders on January 6th? Orders.
Stand down and stand by. He will tell
Stand down and stand by.
us when he's ready.
He'll tell us what to do when he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not happy about all that because they want to put the flags in the closet and take out the AK-47s.
They're not happy about that, but they want to put the flags in the closet and take out the AK-47s. Now, I want you to think about the think tanks and the information and the stuff that I brought in my previous videos. And I want you to understand what was just said there. They're not happy because they want to put the flags down and bring out the AK-47s. To what? Hang the flags on? Probably not.
And I've told them no.
She has told them no. She is now in the leader that is instructing them. No.
Absolutely not. So I'm not some old grandma you're talking to here.
You'll pull out your AK when it's time, is what you're saying.
You'll pull out your AK when it's time.
Well, I don't need to because I have all them. I mean, I've got guys now.
I don't need to because I have all them.
If I called and I said I've had a threat, I would have two guys sitting on my front porch at night.
Good.
So.
Yeah.
When you were talking, you know what I was thinking? When you said you've been a truther for way too long, whenever I think about this stuff we've been through for the last 2 years, it's really just exposed how long this has been going on in America. For me, in my county, really, I've seen like behind the curtain now. You know, what they do is embezzle money, create positions, and they don't have oaths, and the media props them up, and it's a big fucking joke. You know, and if the people knew that these people were frauds, as bad as they are, they would be pulling out their, you know. But I was thinking when you said that, whenever I think of, it's been so long, I think of Moses and the slaves, and it was 400 years. And I just had this funny thought, like, I wonder if Moses had a pack of truthers, you know? Like, did he have, the prophet said it's going to be, and the times and the dates, oh no, plate number 7. This is it. This is freaking, 7 is the number of completion. We're going to be after this. I mean, it probably was like that. And they were 400 fucking years wandering around with the manna and the fire and the bitching and moaning and complaining, and you know, how far were they really from it? It's like, that's how I feel like we are. It's right within our reach. It's right within we have it. We have everything we need to do. Trump said, stand down, but work local, right, Ellen? Work local.
Trump said stand down. Now they're positioning Trump to tell him to everyone to stand down.
Local.
Yep.
I mean, we've been at this since 1963, basically, on a real strong, hard push. We lost a great man.
What, 6th day of the year? You only got, another 20, 22 days, 23 days? And you'll know exactly where you stand. Because if this shit don't happen on the 15th, I'll give it till December 31st. If it rolls into next year, the Trump train can roll off the track. He can go piss, sit shit in the wind, do whatever. We're deeply screwed. We're done. I don't even want to hear this shit in March or any of that other crap.
Well, this is what I've been rolling up the flagpole, and I've got somebody who's 2 layers above me. And
I have somebody 2 layers above me, so now we have a military hierarchy.
And I just said, I said, you're not listening to Middle America. They're done with this. If you don't pull this in a proper amount of time, meaning sometime between now and the 31st, I'm all with Jeff B. 31st, I'm out.
I'm all with Jeff B. 31st, I'm out.
And I will shut everything off. You and I, a bunch of us will have to text in the background for a while because I'm going to be too damn mad after all this.
She's going to be too mad and she's going to go in the background.
I mean,
that's
but we're at war. So it's like, how do we put dates on? If they did that in World War II, you couldn't do that. You couldn't be like, if we don't get rid of these.
We are at war. We are at war. You couldn't put dates on World War II. Do you see any rhetoric here? Do you see some of the potential problem in this right here? That has 2,054 views. We are at war. Now, here's my problem I have with that. I am not a war vet. I'm not a military vet. in regards to war. I'm a Coast Guard vet, so you guys want to talk about, hey, we're at rough seas. We can talk about that. I've been there. But I'm going to tell you that these people here, if they think this is war, if this is truly war, as they take their stimulus checks and they take their, their PPP money and they take all this and they consider this war, they're wrong. They're wrong. And I'm not going to talk to, there are a lot of military vets, and I will have them on. Will is one. I got another Spectre. I got other guys that I will have on that they will explain to you what war really is. They've been there. They've done that. And the problem I have here is if you're going to use these terms and you're going to put yourself into these positions and you're going to say that you're at war and you're going to create a military hierarchy and you're going to take orders like stand down and things like that, if you want to act like that and portray yourself like that on channels like this, then the consequences that come to you, you've been warned. You've been warned. Because at this point, if the government doesn't do something, all of the other people that just want to do it legitimately, like the videos that I showed you yesterday on Trump actually trying to form pacts with other Republicans to win positions and win a defense team that can help him during a real run, he's doing it legally while you guys are out here doing what? Preparing for war, grabbing your AK-47s. This is the debate I want to have. This is the conversations I want to have. This is where me and Will are looking to have with our videos, to bring forth these type of conversations. Now, the package might be different. I'm not Will. Will's not me. We have two different approaches. We don't care who you debate with. But if you want to call out that we're just dividing, you're wrong. You're wrong. You want to go to war while some of us want to fill out affidavits, which I feel, which is more of a better approach, and other type of paperwork, while Trump is making pacts with people to try to get them in positions of government to help him. Who is the one that actually seems to be hurting the cause? Because I'll tell you what, if you were anybody else in this country forming these chat rooms, talking about AK-47s, war, stand down, what were your orders? If you were Muslim, what would you want the government to do? Because remember, good and evil, two sides of the coin. Your good is their evil. Their good is your evil. So if you guys want to stay there, I'm going to continue to point this out. Will's going to continue to point this out. Because we're now asking you to come on the show. We're now giving you an opportunity. We've created a platform that will be respectful debate. We joke around prior to, but it will be respectful debate. But I need you to understand, I am not a part. War is not the first approach. There are a lot of other approaches which might not be as easy as fisticuffs. But I don't need it to be easy. I need it to work out in the end. And what I'm telling you is, the approach that you have here, change this to any other political or approach, and you tell me what you would want to happen.
Fucking Nazis by this time, right? I mean, you just can't do that.
Most of the shit that we've been told about World War II is all bullshit too.
Fine, that's fine.
I know. I mean, there's so much of it that was never
Well, it turns out the people that were supposedly the great boys are not such.
All right, and I'm going to end it there. Like I said, they go on to a bunch of other stuff, and they continue on down the road basically saying, we're the bad people, we're this, we're that. Are we? Am I? You listen to this. I'll tell you what, if I were to take this and play this video, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll sit down my buddy in Ukraine, and I will play this for them. And I will say, what would happen if you did this in your country? If you had, 2,000 views, almost 3,000 people in your room, this one on the internet where more people can see it. What would you do in your country? What would happen? So I just think you guys, everybody needs to step down and take a look and say, hey, they joke around, they do stuff, and then sometimes they come out and they come out hard, and that's fine. But when it comes down to the channel that we're creating, it's going to be some discord. There's going to be some hurt feelings. There's going to be some disagreements. But if you want to continue in your echo chamber and you want to say, I don't understand, I mean, explain to me where I'm wrong in this video. I'm not saying these are your words. These are your statements. These are your emotions. But I want you to stop and take a look from the outside in and put anybody else in this situation. Any other country in this situation. Any other political view in this situation. Would you be worried? Would you ask the government to do something? To step in? To handle this? Because I'm going to be honest with you, 95% of the people out there would rather handle things in a peaceful way than go to fisticuffs and AK-47s. Especially the people that have absolutely no idea what it's like to be shot at. To be in a firefight. You're using terms like war. Now, people joke around like, this is war, but that's a joke. They know it's not a war. You're seriously using the term, this is war. AK-47s. This ain't the movies. And you better understand the terms and words that you're using, they mean something. They matter. It's called rhetoric. And it can become very, very dangerous. It's dangerous when Antifa does it. It's dangerous when patriots do it. It's dangerous. Now, if this was, hey, we need to go to war, we need to get some, instead of get some AK-47s, we need to get some flyers out there, we need to put this person in position of politics, this is war type stuff, let's hit the streets, let's knock on doors, let's do this. That's not the terms you're using. You're using stand down, what were your orders, AK-47s, World War II. Those are not words that should just be thrown around. That is not the contents in which you want to just throw those words around. Because there will be repercussions to things like that. There should be proactive steps to prevent by a government. Right or wrong, we have a legal system. We have a justice. Well, it's broke. Doesn't matter. Then we have to fix it within. I had somebody just comment on my page that the whole thing has to be smashed and every single person involved has to be taken out and rebuilt again. By who? You? I don't think so. I don't think so. Be careful what you ask for. Because it might not be what you want. See ya.